Who Dat Nation, wake up. We have some massive news regarding our quarterback that proves this kid is absolutely locked in and ready to take control of this team. While everyone else is taking a break, our signal caller is taking matters into his own hands with an aggressive off-season move that involves a legendary figure from our past. This isn't just about throwing a ball, it's about leadership and chemistry that could change everything for our offense this year. You won't believe the lengths he's going to right now. Hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment, because we're diving in. Tyler Show is taking command of the New Orleans Saints offense well before the team arrives at training camp. The second-year quarterback is currently organizing a private throwing retreat in San Diego, funding the travel for approximately 18 of his teammates to join him in Southern California. This initiative is a proactive attempt to build chemistry and consistency after a spring period in Metairie that was interrupted by limited participation from several key skill players. Throughout the recent OTA sessions at the Oxnard Sports Performance Center, the Saints were unable to run their offense at full capacity, as players like Chris Olave and first-round selection Jordan Tyson were not fully available to participate in all drills. By taking the operation to the Del Mar area, Show is seeking to ensure that the timing, cadence, and ball placement required for the upcoming season are developed away from the constraints of NFL practice rules. This retreat is not merely a social gathering. It represents a functional effort to establish rapport with the wide receivers and running backs who will define his first full season as the starting quarterback. As a young leader stepping into this high-pressure role, Show is choosing to invest his own resources to ensure the unit is ready for the rigors of camp. This level of preparation is essential for the Saints as they look to build upon the momentum gathered at the end of the 2025 season. Fans know that when this team executes at its peak, the energy in the building is electric, and the familiar sound of Who Dat rings out from the loyal supporters who expect a competitive performance from their quarterback every single week of the season. The involvement of former Saints legend Drew Brees adds a significant layer of depth to Show's off-campus plan. Brees, who still holds the franchise standard for quarterback play, personally assisted Show in identifying the ideal training facilities and throwing locations within the Del Mar region. While Brees is not running a formal clinic, his guidance provides Show with a practical blueprint for how to approach the finer details of the game, including route precision, trust between players, and overall offensive ownership. For a quarterback looking to solidify his future in New Orleans, connecting with the organization's most successful player is a strategic move that carries both symbolic and functional weight. Shu understands that he is not joining a team in a total rebuild, but rather one that finished the 2025 campaign with notable momentum. To maintain that trajectory, he must prove that his command of the playbook is absolute and that his relationship with his primary targets is beyond reproach. By prioritizing these reps now, he is signaling to the rest of the locker room that he is fully committed to the responsibility of being the starter. The goal is to arrive at the team's formal training camp with a foundation already established, allowing the coaching staff to move past basic installations and into more complex offensive schemes. This level of dedication is exactly what the front office and the coaching staff look for when entrusting a young player with the keys to the franchise. Shu is not waiting for the calendar to dictate his development. He's actively creating the environment he believes is necessary to lead the Saints through a successful 2026 campaign and beyond. Why does this matter right now for the Saints? The answer lies in the necessity for immediate offensive cohesion. During the recent OTA and minicamp periods, the Saints were forced to deal with a roster where critical components of the passing game were missing. Chris Olave, the team's primary receiving threat, was limited throughout the spring while recovering from a medical situation involving blood thinners. Without consistent time on the field, it is impossible for a quarterback to develop the clock in his head that tells him exactly where a receiver will be on a specific break. When the team eventually reports to training camp, the competition for roster spots will intensify, and there will be very little time for players to get on the same page. By getting his teammates out to California, Show is creating a controlled environment where the rhythm of his footwork can finally match the speed of his receivers' routes. This is particularly important for newer contributors like Jordan Tyson, who needs to adjust to the tempo of the NFL game, and for depth receivers who are fighting to earn a permanent spot on the final roster. If Show can use this time to ensure that everyone understands his cadence and expectations, the team will be able to hit the ground running when the real practice sessions begin in August. This reduces the risk of wasted reps, which are common when teams are still trying to figure out their timing at the start of camp. For a team aiming to capitalize on the progress made during the previous season, these summer workouts are a vital bridge between the spring installation and the start of competitive play. Chris Olave's confirmed participation in the San Diego trip is arguably the most significant detail for the Saints' passing attack moving forward. Olave has publicly stated that he expects to be a full participant for the duration of training camp, and his commitment to joining Show in California is a clear indication that the team's primary weapon is ready to accelerate his development. Having Olave on the field, even in this informal setting, allows Show to practice his ball placement against high-level coverage skills, which is a different experience than working with secondary or tertiary options. This chemistry is the most important factor in determining the ceiling of the offense for the 2026 season. Beyond Olave, the participation of other young players who stepped up during the spring, such as Bryce Lance, who saw increased volume due to the absences of others, ensures that the entire depth chart is moving in the same direction. The value here is not just about the quality of the throws, but the repetition of the mental game. Every snap that Show takes with these teammates helps him learn their individual tendencies and habits, information that is invaluable once the games become real. The organization is watching how these players interact, how they handle the intensity of off-site training, and how they respond to the leadership Show is providing. This is not a situation where the quarterback is just waiting for the team to return to work. He's actively bringing his teammates with him into the next phase of the process. The focus is entirely on ensuring that when the season officially kicks off, there are no excuses for a lack of offensive production or synchronization. Ultimately, the retreat represents a calculated effort by Tyler Show to solidify his status as the long-term answer at the quarterback position. While the success of a season is never decided by a summer trip, the initiative shown here provides a clear look at how the young starter views his professional obligations. He is not leaving anything to chance, and is demonstrating a level of ownership that the Saints staff requires from their leader. By securing the help of Drew Brees, keeping the team focused on specific measurable drills, and ensuring that key players like Chris Olave are physically present to work on their connection, Show is building a foundation for success. The team does not need headlines in July. They need clean, efficient, and precise practices throughout August that translate into points on the board once the regular season begins. If these workouts lead to a more confident and cohesive offensive unit, the credit will lie in the early hours and extra effort put in during this month in California. The transition from a potential starter to a proven leader is paved with these types of decisions. As the Saints look ahead, the organization will be evaluating not just the physical accuracy of Show's throws, but his ability to unify his teammates and guide them toward a singular goal. Show has effectively placed himself at the center of the conversation, showing that he understands the gravity of the position. Whether this results in immediate on-field success will be determined in the coming months. But for now, he is doing everything possible to prepare the roster for the upcoming challenges that the team will undoubtedly face on their schedule.